So, remember when I said that I might be done with making YouTube videos? Or that I might just take a long break and then come back? No? Well, neither do I, to be fair. Memory's as good as a fish these days. But, yeah. A bit ago, I made a video where I said that I might not make videos anymore, or that I might just be taking a long break from making them and then come back. Well, I actually quite like making videos, so I thought that I've had a long enough break and that I'd come back. I actually have some pretty cool news that I wanted to share too, that actually happened recently. Quick thing, really quick though, that I'm just going to mention first, because I know I'm gonna forget to mention this later. All of the drawing stuff of me drawing on screen right now and stuff is like recorded separately, and I'm not actually drawing right now because it'd be hard to draw while trying to form coherent sentences and actually focus well on the drawing and make it look good. So, yeah. And the PNGTuber of me was drawn by one of my partners, that nameless one. Look, I even have different expressions and like a version of me without the tablet with different expressions. I wonder who this was based off of. I wonder whose PNG tuber this one was based and inspired off of. Anyways, though. Thanks, Nameless. These look really cool, by the way. Let's just hope that I remember to use all of them. Oh, wait, and for those with keen eyes here, if you noticed my t-shirt I'm wearing. Well, hold on. Yeah, if you noticed my t-shirt I'm wearing, it's the I Miss Her shirt that I actually own, IRL, I purchased. Even you can purchase at, I believe, teespring.com/ I dash miss dash her. Not sponsored, by the way. I asked him when making these, like, yo, could you, like, include the shirt, maybe? And he did. Once again, huge thanks, Nameless. Freaking love these. So, speaking of new PNG tuber, this here, like, with the PNG tuber and speed drawing going on in the background, this is pretty much what my podcast, Dopecast, is gonna turn into. I figured that just the old PNG tuber of me, sort of standing there, was kind of, like, lacking something, kind of boring, just being that. So now we'll be using the new tubers and the doodling in the background from now on. Keeping the name Dopecast, because I cannot be bothered to come up with anything new, let's be honest. Now that all that's out of the way, I did say at the start of this that I had some cool stuff. Well, as cool as it wasn't the new PNG tubers. So, for the longest time now, like a good 3, maybe 4 years, I've been going by the name Jake. It's in my channel name, it's what I sign all of my art and fan art with, and it's what mostly everyone's been calling me. But I've only been going by that name. It wasn't official or anything. That is until now. Heh. That's right, the cool news, baby. A few days ago, as of recording this, I finally got the big envelope in the mail with the big old paper that states that I am finally able to say that my name is legally Jake Alexander Zimmer. Or, as one of my friends pointed out to me when I told them that the other day, Jazz. 'Cause, like, Jaz. So, you like jazz? Sorry, moving on. I also got a cool swanky new birth certificate thing, which I obviously won't be showing, but, it looks pretty cool. Way different than how the birth certificates used to look back in, like, 2001 when I was born. I know, I'm old. So, getting on to the actual topic of the video, because that was just something I wanted to mention real quick. Also, come to think of it, I'm gonna have to change my name on, like, so many things eventually. Like, I'm gonna have to change from my dead name to my current name now. Boy, that's gonna be a pain. Anyways, though, art. It's what I'm drawing in the background. It's what I've been doing for nearly 5 years, if not longer. Well, I mean, I used to draw art a lot back in elementary, but I never really posted online or anything at the time. So I've been posting my art and stuff for nearly 5 years. And speaking of me drawing a lot back in elementary, that's sort of how I got into drawing and stuff in the first place. I'm pretty sure that I talked about this in an old story time I did, but I don't think I talked too much about it. So, back then, I used to go on YouTube a lot. I'd mainly watch those old music videos that was just Invader Zim clips, randomly edited to a random song, as well as just listen to music in general. I guess something with those videos. YouTube eventually recommended me this video of these colorful cat characters animated to a song. Now, this being nearly 10 years ago, and my ADHD brain being on scatterbrain mode, as my friend calls it, I don't exactly remember which video it was, but watching that one led me down a rabbit hole of all these other videos with cat characters. Eventually, I saw a full-on music video with the full song in the background, which inspired me to make my own animal characters. I remember the video to this day because, of course my brain only lets me remember certain things here. Math class of 2010? Nah. Something funny me and my friends did that same year? Of course. Why not? Anyways, though, the video was using a song by 3 Days Grace, which I already really liked back then, called Animal I Have Become. It's hopefully up on screen now. I thought that that video was the coolest thing. Like, you made your own cats with cool designs, and gave them their own personalities and backstories, and even animated them to a song. I want to do that too. I want to make my own cat characters and give them a backstory. So, I grabbed my school notebook, pulled out a spare piece of lined paper, and started to design. I didn't make them cats, though. I saw a lot of cat characters and wanted to try to be original by making mine wolves. And named one of them Night Fox, despite them being, a wolf. Sadly, I no longer have the original piece of paper because when I was moving a few years ago, I just could not find my notebook anywhere that had it. Luckily for me, though, I did do a redraw of these two characters on my channel before, and included the original paper at the beginning. Maybe I'll have that up on screen too. Sorry in advance, by the way, for the messy writing. I had pretty bad handwriting as a kid. Also, sorry for the bad artwork. I wasn't good at drawing back then, compared to now. Which is actually quite cool, come to think of it. I mean, looking at that, even just looking at art from like 4 years ago, and comparing it to my art now, it's genuinely cool to see how much I've improved over the years. So, after I had watched that video and started coming up with designs for my characters, I kind of got lazy, and instead of coloring my characters, I just wrote out a description on what they looked like and what the characters were. Yeah, I I did eventually redraw them with the actual colors, if that makes up for anything. Also, since I forgot to mention earlier, the one video that I had watched with the 3 Days Grace song, it had one of the characters turning into a sort of like demon version of themselves. Kind of, but like, it was also a separate character as well. I don't know. You just have to go back and watch the over 10-year-old video. But, that sort of inspired me to do that with my characters as well. I made it so that there was a demony version of Night Fox. I never really did anything with them after that. I just sort of drew them and forgot about them. But one day I was like, I guess, going through my old stuff or something one day, and I found the original drawing of them and thought, hey, I want to redraw them, but better. Which I did. Come to think of it, actually, those are probably my oldest OCs. I mean, I have some that are pretty old, yeah, but these are probably the oldest here. Aside from that, though, I don't remember much on what got me to start doing more art and start to post it. I remember seeing a few TikToks of people giving some art tips for the app IBIS Paint X, which got me to start using that for drawing and stuff, but not too sure if that was the main reason or not. You know, like I said, ADHD, scatterbrain, whatnot. Can't remember jack half the time. I also, at one point, just started Googling cat characters or something like that, which a lot of the images on Google Images led me to DeviantArt, which I eventually made my own from that. And from all the way back then to when I knew nothing about art, look at me now, using Procreate instead of just IBIS Paint, using an actual drawing tablet that another animator I like uses, which is not the main reason, mind you, but one of the reasons I got it. Wacom Cintiq 13HD, for anyone wondering. But, yeah. I know much more about art and junk now. And I even animate my own web series, thanks to also the same animator. Well, thanks to two, technically. But I've already mentioned that in a previous Storytime video, so I won't go into that here. Actually, I think I've pretty much said all I need to say here. And, the speed doodling can only go on for so long until it's finished. So, let's, for the first time in a while, cue the outro again. Good to be back. Bye.